So I watched just WWE in real. This just came out today in just evening. So I watched two episodes WWE in real. So I got three more left to watch. So this is to talk about WWE and just the documentary series about WWE in real. So let's talk about it right here. So WWE announced had to scrap up plans for this summer after of last year's of 2025 has been revealed. So I've been watched of WWE in real season 2. It was revealed on ton of masses that anime was supposed to take its plans in 2025. However, anime with constant with to other successes things in all fragile like this in this will is to scrap now. Anime will set entitled so it's out on Netflix today. And fans of funny got to know what could have been the beginning of summer of 2025. Well, WWE announced current plans for summer of 2025. So, according to in this series at Money is at the Bank, this guy was set to face Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. After a King of the Ring of Follows match at Night of Champions was to the plan to be it was like Cody Rhodes against Rusev. Meanwhile, the King of the Ring of Follows match at Night of Champions. And it was a plan to be Rhea Ripley and against Zodiac had Liv Morgan not been injured at Women's Elevation 2. And you see we'll have faced Nikki Bella. And you see between SummerSlam of 2025 main card was set to included has assault masses. They is now included like Roman Reigns against Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn against Seth Rollins, Infant Battle against the Demon has against Dominic Mysterio, and also against Rusev, and the Body Twins against Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez was the women's tag team championship at Wrestle Apollo. Cody Rhodes against Drew McIntyre was a match to set plans of where it then taking place at Class in Paris for like War Games. So I think this interesting angle was to have Sami Zayn in Secret Fight 2 on Roman Reigns' team or the this head of War Games team was set the plans to be Seth Rollins and Boston Reed in Braun Breaker and Solo Sikoa and CC Machado. And then also the second season of WWE in real early in plans drawn for SummerSlam. Here's the set of ones I couldn't make out. So I just watched. So this let's get to look at WWE in real season 2. So let's look at that here. Agent of Triple H, and part Triple H's effect, the WWE Hall of Fame superstar. He was looking at a whiteboard in this Wallace room. So these are all the masses like Wallace, Bob Bagel, Boston Reed, and Sosa Cole, and plus Cece Machado. As you went to please look at this masses right here, he was looking at season 2. So here's a guys like Dog by Cece Sings, Triple H, Bruce Pursuit, and Brock Lesnar. So here's the next one. So it was going to against Pat McAfee into the match. And into it Brock Lesnar just came back since like into SummerSlam. So I'm just behind of Uncle Manizel of Paul Heyman right here. Here's the Bruce person right here. And Triple H hug Brock Lesnar right there. Part behind the scenes. So and Paul Heyman gave Brock Lesnar a hug. And that's behind with Marco P.S. Harris. So this is Brock Lesnar says has to came back to SummerSlam. And we haven't seen him since then. So this is Brock Lesnar is warming up his arms around on his total body. And between with Nikki Bella was a match against Liv Morgan into women's elevation 2. I just said the part of this part behind the scenes. It was Lynn Garcia to talk with Naomi. He was part of for her to cash in her money into the bank briefcase. After she talked about her, and she was Naomi is so proud of her between and behind the scenes of season 2. As it went up between Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and they says, "I'm just gasp between just two, or maybe a couple." As it between two boys to address about R-Truth, his apostle. So he had to explain about War Dog buying things who sings monster if we roll it, and can't reward back. But it's what he said about season 2. So between War Dog buying things who sings to explain about R-Truth's between this out about his release. So argument has Ron Cummings has R-Truth. He was been upset about Andrew giving him release. They can't release. It was sadness for him. Andrew said the time is right for Ron Cummings. So I'll say that part of season 2 of WWE in Real. So I get between with them, and they have put on a masses on a main card. Between with Ron Cummings has R-Truth, So I got released, and this was sadness, and I watched that part of that, of episode 2, when I saw that, when I watched it. So, I think between him of Juan Cummings, we can't get reward back, and he's not fired of him, since he's got. So, while y'all Riot Sam says it made perfect business, so this would make sense. That's not to renewed R-Truth the part of his contract as much as it broke his heart. I knew it was a while it broke my heart. It made perfect business. It makes sense to not renew his contract at his age. You might not get that reward back. So I was seeing this sneak peek when I saw that happen. So here's the next one. So I get a War Dog Brian Sims says he was heartbroken after he was finding out his former tag team partner has R-Truth have been released by WWE. During that morning I was going to want it, and R-Truth just tested me, and I said, hey, I got let go. I see you down into the bowl. It was very out of the. So I think it was very out of the blue, and it did break my heart. I pulled over it at sad deal for a second, and that's when I put the tree out. I think it was kind of sus of that moment that was all real of English season 2. So I get a war dog that talks about how there's another plans for WrestleMania 35. It was for a big E to win the WWE citizenship. So I was seeing as part of that when I seen this episode 2. So here's the next one. He tweet. So let me see here. So I didn't get renewed him, but if it was going to keep him under his contract, it was so crazy. So he was right into in his about late 50s, but has a monsoonous role will be fine, but it's not in under the ring. I don't understand people truth is fine, but Muscle Man is an all top guys in WCW will it turn off. So I think we all know what War Dog said was the R-Truth. So it makes perfect business makes sense to remove War Dog from all this cognitive liminally, I think. So I think when R-Truth was the most talked about his pro wrestler when he he came back to WWE. They were going to give him a refresh in post. They post a bit went back during very soon after, so reward was right deal. So I get that reward back. He's a hermit brain working for his pay, not as to was talking at the man was at his age. So I just never did a wardrobe when every 2 years older did into and you look like you're 10 years old older than him. A wardrobe it had a discharged career because he made friends with this guys more talented than him, so they carried his butt for a very long time. So all seen as part of just episode 2 when I saw that. So R2 is 20 plus year. Wrestling need your first stars, not old stuff like that. So it was very cool to see how it works. The part of this business for WWE in Real Season 2. So and don't forget to like and subscribe what I'm talking about in Real Season 2. So we like this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe my YouTube content for that and this info. So up in this time in this video, peace.